Shon has worked out that he can't get any help because he's been emailing me asking for help with what to do on the 9th. And I've just been avoiding my emails from him. And he doesn't know what to do. So Shon has taken to trying to recruit goons that could help him. And we got wind of it because some of the trolls sent me the messages that Shon was sending them. So I managed to stop a lot of what was happening. But there's Shon's got like the old guard of goons. So he's got some of the weird ones that just used to call George up and call him fat and queer. He's got some of those ones on his side who are trying to help him because they don't like the fact that we put the message out to stop with George.
Do you see? I hear. Marty says hello from a bite and vice versa.
I want to be left alone. That's all I want. I want to be left alone. I want to live my life, and that's that.
And I've put the message out that you are to be left alone. And the majority of people that have the influence have left you alone. However, because Shon can't get any help and Shon knows the 9th is coming up, Shon is now recruiting people back to him.
Right, but this man is supposed to be in a healthcare facility dying from diabetes.
No, he's not.
How many times has he told you that he's been used?
He's not. He had a stroke. He went to one medical facility. They did some operation on him that fucked him up. He sued them and got given a settlement for malpractice. And now he's moved back home with his mum.
George wants to know why your email says executive producer Gorgeous George.
Let me do the speed talking.
Then sit down. You're standing over top me.
I'm standing up right now because I don't feel. I don't
sit down.
Just let me. I'm standing. Look, man, I understand that this is all a good game and was fun and all that. I wanted the reason why there was a lawsuit from the very beginning against these two is because I don't want my brand or my
moniker.
Will you stop? Let me talk. Please. I don't need you. I'm standing right now. I don't want my name or my moniker and all this stuff being messed with. I mean, it's you like I said, if someone doesn't like something, they move on. And okay, so now that was why there was a lawsuit from the very beginning.
And my people have stopped.
Your people.
Yes, the goons. You put me in the category with the goons. I'm not even listed in the inner circle.
I don't.
I'm not welcome.
Look. I don't care about an inner circle. What I want to do right now is to live my life the way I want to live. I want to be able to function normally and not have to look over my shoulder over a bunch of fuckery.
How quickly can the council be summoned?
I understand. Okay, so look, Martin, Mr. Holmes. Okay. I'm talking to you man to man now. There is a lot of things that have happened. And I'm not necessarily. You understand that I can't believe you can't believe everything you hear and half the things you hear because there's a lot of stuff that happened. I understand that now. Okay, you got what you want out of this. Your friend Will, and that's fine. He's out. He's out of this for now. But I'm just saying that you have to understand the reason and the rationale of the reason why I did what I did against these two.
But I get that, but I don't care about Shon.
Huh?
I don't care about Shon.
Okay, well, that's fine. You're the freedom fighter, 2004,
that's
fighting against.
That's why I've not helped Shon. That's why Shon is upset because I've had 6 emails from Shon asking for me to draft his response to the 3rd amended complaint.
Okay. Right now.
Because Shon knows that if he responds to the 3rd amended complaint, the likelihood is that the complaint will be dismissed.
Okay.
So he's been asking me to draft it because he knows that the court has told him he can't send any more letters to the court. He has to send correctly formatted motions and correctly formatted responses. I refused to do so by saying that I was tied up with work, and I tried to be polite with the way that I refused to do it. He then tried to get Will to convince me to do it, and Will told him that he wasn't willing to ask me to do anything else for free because of the amount of time I've spent dealing with it for him, so Will wasn't going to put that pressure on me. Shon then decided that the best thing he could do is try and get all the old guard of goons to come after you and get people that used to troll you from years ago to come back, who Shon has stayed in contact with.
Let me ask you a question.
Yes.
Matt Wilson, you know who that is?
Oh, that fucking idiot, yeah.
Oh, Matt Wilson. You don't like Matt Wilson?
No, Matt Wilson's a fucking moron.
Okay.
And down here, we'll add a happy little van.
Hold on a second. What did Matt do? I mean, why don't you like Matt? Sure.
Matt Wilson's mentally disturbed. Like, he's mentally disturbed.
Okay.
Like, he was getting off fucking with Shon when him and Shon were wanking each other off on fucking Messenger. They were getting off on it together.
Yeah, well, he exposed Shon.
Homosexual.
Yeah. Do you know why he exposed Shon? Because there was a hell of a lot more conversations than that went on, and him and Shon both got off on what they were doing.
Okay, I don't. I was just curious if you were friends with Matt Wilson. That's all. Because Matt, I didn't know. I was curious.
No, that's why we all laugh about Shon doing that, because Shon tried to make a big thing about him knowing it was Matt Wilson. He didn't know it was Matt Wilson. He didn't know it was Matt Wilson. We laugh about it. Shon's a fucking gay man. He would have been better off just turning around going, I'm a queer, and some bloke was saying he was going to suck me off on Messenger.
That's all I was. He never admitted it. He never actually admitted it.
Of course he won't, but we all know that's true. That's why Shon lost a lot of credibility with people. Because rather than just turning around and saying, all right, I got my rocks off to someone on Messenger, I'm a queer, what do you expect? He tried to make it into some big joke and conspiracy that he knew all about it, and he was reverse trolling Matt. He wasn't, but Matt was just as fucked up, if not more fucked up than Shon.
All right. Look, man, why are you? He's showing me all these pictures of the fan base. What the hell is that?
He is a registered sex offender. I just thought the picture was funny.
Well, why is all that on there? Why is that still? I'm looking at this fan base. So what you're saying is now that Shon now is got out before Christmas, and now he's doing all this stuff on the fan base.
Yes. Because Shon needs help, and Shon can't get help. Shon knew that I was the answer to resolving this for him. Because Shon thought that if Will was still in this, he would still be able to get help.
He's got a phone call, so just hold on a second.
It's all right. This takes precedence. I'm in the presence of glory.
Shon thought that I would help him. And Shon is angry that Will got dismissed, because he knew that the moment Will got dismissed, I wouldn't be there to help him.
Okay.
Shon is planning on doing a lot of things. Because Shon now has all the time in the world. He sat at home all day. He sat at home all day with a nice medical payment that he gets. Plus his parents get some sort of handout from the state as well for looking after him now as well. And he just carries on doing it.
So how much did Shon get, you're asking?
Oh, it was in the hundreds of thousands.
What?
Substantial.
They had a serious complication due to a medical malpractice. That's why it's taken so long for him to recover.
But he was legitimately in the healthcare facility for that amount of time.
Yes. Oh yeah, he was legitimately there. The documents he sent to the court proved he was there, and he was there at the time that the court took those documents. Because the doctor confirmed he was there.
I don't.
Gala.
I'm just. This is a lot of. So who actually?
Woo, motherfucker!
Will you just be quiet for a second? Who actually then? Do we have an inclination or an idea who took this picture this morning?
Well, the only person I can think of that's from ages ago that would do anything is Josh.
Josh Miller.
Because Josh is still in Richmond.
Knock on my door!
This guy was in Pennsylvania, so he obviously he's back in Richmond.
Yeah, and he's one of the few guys that kept in contact with Shon.
Okay, so you're pretty sure it's Miller.
I'm pretty sure it is, but also Shon is not adverse to putting.
I can't hear him.
Well,
I'm sorry.
It's my fault. I'm laughing at Joy.
He's doing stuff right now.
Mike, shut up.
I will.
Shon is not adverse to putting adverts on Craigslist to get people to help him. That's how they used to do shit to you years ago. Is they used to put an advert on Craigslist, pay someone $50 in through PayPal, and get them to come and knock on your door. That's how they used to do it. That's how they used to get pictures.
Okay.
Shon is not adverse to doing that, but also you've got to remember, Shon mixes in some weird fucking homosexual circles, and it would not surprise me if he has got some weird homosexual from near where you are to go and do things.
It doesn't. That wouldn't surprise me in the least bit.
It wouldn't surprise me at all.
I'm just going to be real. I am in a real fucked up situation right now. I am trying to get my life back. Okay, and I'm in a real fucked up situation. I'm in a very humbling situation, and I'm trying to get my life back. I'm trying to get everything back. I want this shit removed.
Okay, so let me make this suggestion to you then. Why don't you just leave everything? Because that's why this shit continues. Is because of this court case.
You go on Google and all you see is a bunch of shittery and fuckery about me.
Could that be removed?
No, you'll never get it off Google. Well, I mean, you can apply to Google to get it removed. It's $500 a link.
But is it within the power of the goons to remove, say, Encyclopedia Dramatica?
Well, I already know that. I'm not worried about you.
We can't remove Encyclopedia Dramatica. We can't remove Kiwi Farms.
I'm not worried about
the guy from Kiwi Farms invites everyone to sue him.
Right. I'm not worried about ED because ED that goes under every now and then. That goes under that drops, and then they got more donations, and they put more donations to bring it back up, and then it drops off. And I'm not worried about the Chinese sites because there's nothing I can do about the Chinese sites. I'm just. Why are you showing me this stuff? All I'm concerned about is I just I want this stuff to be removed. I mean, I'm not doing any more tirade videos. I mean, like this, showing different pictures right now and of my name and different stuff like that. I mean, I want all this stuff. I just want it to come to a halt. I want this stuff to be maybe not overnight, but slowly removed.
This one can't go. Just see it.
This is the thing. Because the court case is going on, stuff gets posted. So therefore, everything gets trawled by Google and everything gets picked up. The moment people stop posting about you, it starts to disappear because it's no longer indexed by Google.
All right. Well,
that's what I've always told you. You feed it by doing the court cases. Because the moment a court case happens, bang, everyone on Kiwi Farms posts about it, everyone in Encyclopedia Dramatica posts, 4chan posts, something awful posts, the moment you do that. So therefore, everyone then goes to search for everything again.
Yep. All right, look, he's showing me pictures of Chris. Can you just not...
Y'all talk. I'm sitting here looking at dinner.
I don't... see all that.
And
Look,
as much as you hate hearing it, George, you need to put a leash on Kristen, because she causes so much shit to be raked up about you. It's unbelievable.
Just like you don't have a control over Shon, I have no control over what she does.
Well, you do, because you can tell her to not say anything about you.
You're going to suffer because of her actions.
George, listen. She is on the internet saying the Earth is flat. You can't trust someone like that. She has a mental illness, or she suffers from paranoid psychological delusions induced by an overdose of THC. She is not wired right upstairs.
Look, I consider her like a little sister.
Okay, well then if she's your little sister, you should put some control on her and say, listen, you don't help me by doing any of this. I'm not going. Look, she hasn't said much of anything for a long time. No, George, she was saying stuff yesterday.
She called me on my phone.
She said things. She said things yesterday. She made a video about trolls 2 weeks ago and put it on YouTube. She mentions the trolls every single video she has.
Okay.
George, this is how insane she is. You remember when the Hurricane Harvey happened? There were 2 huge prison ships, 2 huge barges that were turned from prison ships, and they were docked so that it could be used for hurricane victims to live in. Kristen thinks that is there to imprison the American people. She thinks that martial law is about to happen. She is gone psychiatric.
I don't agree. Look, I don't agree to everything that she says, but I don't agree to all her political stances and all that. But she does what she does. I mean, she has that base. Though she's not, I don't think she's really attacking, per se, anyone. She's just going upon what she believes is correct.
George, she thinks a Hollywood paedophile gang is hunting her. She's fucking insane.
Yeah, well,
George, the girl was kind of off her head, brother.
Let's just...
And every time she makes a video, or she puts comments on an account called Chrissy Connor where she pretends it's not her on someone's video, it drags up everything to do with you because she associates with you. And she says, oh, you can't attack me, I'm a woman, I'm defending George.
All right, look, I'm not, again, Kristen is her own person. And, I don't, friends don't always agree on everything. But look, I'm going to just tell you the way it is, Lo. She has been attacked, and she was attacked when the minute she said that the judge should recuse herself.
No. That wasn't why she was attacked. Please get that out of your head. She was attacked, George, because she went on YouTube using her own account, pretending to be someone else talking about her. And then when she got found out about it, she turned around and told everyone they were getting arrested and they were paedophiles.
Right, she has a sister that...
No, George. It's not her saying she has a twin. When she first started posting on YouTube, she posted in an account called Kristen Connor, saying, I know that girl, I used to go to school with her. That's why people attacked her. We've still got all the comments. The moment she realised she was caught out, she then told everyone they were paedophiles and sex offenders, and how everyone was being arrested, and that she was sitting in the courthouse at that time, and everyone was having this. That's why she got attacked, because she turned herself into a lolcow.
I don't... The low-cal, south-cal, north-cal... That to me, that's not a word. I mean,
she turned herself into an internet meme. She did it to herself, and now she is so deep into this. George, she was telling you I was in Mission Bay, California. She can't ping a cell phone. She doesn't even know. I run through so many security systems that you can't even track me.
Let me ask you a question. This Chris Perron character was obviously someone that was under your wing.
Right? No, he wasn't.
Well, then why did he record the conversations?
Oh, Chris Perron didn't record the conversations. The the group of people that used to troll Chris Perron recorded all his conversations because he appeared back on the internet again.
Okay, so they were getting the conversations because his phone was being bugged.
Oh, they hack it. They've hacked his phones. They hacked into other people's phones that were calling him. They hacked into everything. The group were called the Brotherhood of Nod. They're a group of hackers. That's what they are.
Brotherhood of Nod.
They're also the people that got us into Kristin's phone.
Brotherhood of Nod. So did these people get in my phone?
Yeah. Oh, they've been in everyone's phone. That's why it was so funny when you used to accuse Mike of handing out your phone number. He wasn't handing out your phone number. Every time you made a phone call, they were able to record it.
Who is Jason Summers or Justin Summers or who is this guy? Who is it?
No, it's not the person you think it is.
Tell George that we met at the Hilton. He doesn't believe that you were here with Will.
I've been in Virginia. I had to come to Virginia to pay the guys.
Why don't you believe it? Why is everybody lying to you, George? Everybody. You could drive yourself insane like that.
No, I'm just trying to understand.
You want some coke?
No, I don't. I'm trying to understand. So, I mean, Summers and Mitchell were people that you had paid. Did you pay these people? Or?
Summers and Mitchell were paid by me. Yeah.
They were paid by you.
Yeah.
To do for what? Why? To see what I was doing? To follow me?
They were carrying out protected activities under litigation, and they were carrying out pre-litigation investigation. Okay. And they, by the way, getting Kristin to phone up old people and tell them that she knows what they're doing. She phoned up a man on oxygen and shouted at his wife. And we've spoken to that woman who thinks Kristin is a nut because Kristin spent 20 minutes shouting down the phone at her about how her husband's a rapist and all of this stuff. Kristin's fucking insane, George.
She's right.
We will agree to disagree.
George, but she does all this stuff in your name.
Well,
she does all this on your behalf.
She does what she does.
No, she does it on your behalf, George. And this is the thing, because you refuse to hold her accountable for it.
Haunting evidence, haunting melody.
Yeah, but George, you're refusing to hold her accountable for it, and you then get upset that people attack you because of it. They are attacking you because she is doing these things on your behalf.
Well, I'm not. Look. Right now, I am doing what I'm doing, and what I'm doing is survival mode. Okay? I'm trying to get my life back in order. I'm trying to get myself back into the swing of things, and I can't control. I can only control me. I can only control me.
No, but you can say to her, Kristin, do not mention the trolls or do not mention me in anything you do because it causes me problems.
No, I have said to her, don't mention me.
Well, she doesn't not do it. She was only posting yesterday about how everyone's going to be arrested on the 9th.
Well, she's upset, and she has some reason to be upset. We're going to agree.
George, it was her own brother who shipped her in. It was her own brother who took pictures of her house.
From what I understand about her brother is not. It's not her real brother.
No, he's not. He's another mental case who goes around threatening to rape women.
From what I understand, he's not playing with a full deck.
No, he's not, but he's the one that took pictures of her house. He's the one that took pictures of the filth that those kids were living in. He's the one that turned around and said, oh no, she sleeps all day because she doesn't do anything, and took pictures of her sleeping. He's the one that gave out her address. He's the one that did everything like that. So she should be angry at him.
All right, look, again, look, I've got a migraine. I haven't even had coffee.
Let's go get some,
I'm
we gotta go to Walmart.
Look. We're not doing all of that.
We're buying you shoes.
No, we're not doing any of that.
You're not living.
I
can't have you living like that.
We're not doing that.
It's wintertime.
Don't worry about me.
I do.
Don't worry. We do this, and you're going to get paid.
You go get some boots today.
I'm not doing. Look, I got to get to work here.
Yeah, and you can't go to people's fucking.
I need to get string. Don't worry about that.
There's no tongues in your shoes.
There is tongues.
No, stop it. Bailey, come look. Tell me there's no tongues.
Will you stop this charade? Look, Marty. I want to be left alone. Okay. This is not. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. I have a lot of resentment toward you about things that have happened.
I'm not going to sit here and tell you that you're my most favourite person in the world. But I am going to tell you, put a leash on Kristen and half of it stops, and it's Shon that is now coming after you. Okay, and I've tried to stop Shon.
I'm hearing this for the very first time.
I've tried to keep Shon under wraps. I've tried to confuse him with things.
I told you this for weeks.
No, you told me this yesterday.
And I told you the day before that, and the day before that.
No, you told me this yesterday. So then you told me that.
Choose the transcript.
Look. All I'm saying is, this is not funny, man. You think this is all fucking funny?
It is.
It's not funny.
It's not funny. Okay.
When you were called a sodomite, was that funny?
Marty?
Was that funny?
He is a sodomite.
I am a sodomite. But Marty, didn't I told you, if you cannot beat them, join them. And George is mad at me because he says I put a serrated knife in his back. If y'all would have kept that shit up, you would have took me from 100 a year to fucking 20 a year.
Oh, I would have stopped you at less. I would have stopped you. I would have stopped you completely.
But it was so bad that if that shit kept going, I would be in some shit.
Yeah, because what was the next thing I was going to do? Was the VA bar. And I was going to go to the bar.
God damn, Marty.
And I would have put a stop to you completely.
So you see, I had no choice, Joe. Look, they grabbed me by my wallet.
Right, but you know,
I had no choice. I couldn't sacrifice my family's income for your name and Monica and your father's name.
Well, I already knew that you didn't hold ground. Look, I'm not going to lie to you, man. I resent all of this shit. I still have resentment toward you about all of this shit, about Jamie, about laser couriers.
Hey, fuck you, Troll.
About the Jamie and laser couriers and ruining my reputation with the insurance doctor. They're the three things that come out that really stick in my craw.
The insurance doctor fucked you up anyway.
I understand you were defending your buddy. But your buddy did some things that you could say fair use, and I could say that were defamation. So, I mean,
tell him why that we had nothing to do with Laser Carrier, and that video was found on YouTube. He went in there and got them.
The laser ship video is not even you.
It was taken months. It was taken in a totally different season. Unless that's how you really deliver packages, George.
And I know that you told the boss at Lasership to go fuck himself because you've worked for him before.
So that's how you really deliver packages?
I worked for him before. He is a tyrant, yes.
And you told him to go fuck himself. That's why you lost your job. Nothing to do with us.
Hold on a second. No, you will hear the story. I told him that after he would not listen, he used a lame excuse about something or another that I wasn't working every day. And as an independent contractor, you don't work every day. I didn't have a route. They wouldn't give me a route. They was more like on demand. Lower that down.
Hold on. Lower that. Only a second.
Lower it down.
Is.
I don't want.
Only 23 seconds.
I don't want to hear. I don't want to see that.
See, this video is not you, unless
what? Yeah.
Fuck this.
And first of all, that Glenn Campbell song, it was a spoof. I did that as a spoof that day. Something fucking zany. The song was playing in my head. So I just said, I'm going to go on camera and just dance to it. Okay, that's just something, improv.
But how do you can't blame you losing a job after cussing the manager out of this video.
But my name is there, Lasership is there, my name is there, and you Google that stuff, it comes out.
When have you delivered pictures in California?
It's not in Cal. I'm not in Cal. I understand that it's not me. I don't drive a caravan. That's not me. I understand that. But my name is attached to that, and the company's name is... Just shut that...
Mike, I can't hear anything.
Look, just seriously, yeah, I mean, so there's obviously that's the issue. I don't think it's crystal clear what the issue is. Now, whether he did that, okay, who did that, or whatever, who's doing what? I mean, these accounts have my picture, have my face. They don't just have my moniker; they have my name. They have my real legal name. I don't want to be, you know, if I ever have kids, or if I ever have anybody, or I adopt a kid, or ever have anything, I don't want my name to be associated. I did this 20 years ago because I was in a rebellious state. I wanted to get on camera and be funny, and I did this stuff to be funny. It was more or less being funny, but I've never tried to hurt anyone. I do things by the book. I don't try to do things illegal, and I never try to hurt someone. I just did something that I thought was fun. Big Howard Stern fan, big Nature Boy Ric Flair fan.
Woo!
And there you go. And anything that I've done from Ric Flair, I've always mentioned Ric Flair being a fan of Ric Flair. Okay? So that being said, it was not like I stole anything. I just did my own little niche. So I just don't want. I'm trying to get this stuff cleaned up. I want to get it cleaned up. So I tell you what. I mean, if you can facilitate and help me with getting some of this stuff cleaned up, then I would probably think of you in a better light.
And I've told you things slowly will disappear. Things will slowly disappear, but they don't disappear whilst all this stuff is going on, because it's all people search for. Because Shon puts a post up about Shon was posting on 4chan last night about how he's still being sued by you. So everyone then went to Google and searched for you so that they could find all the latest stuff. So Google works on an algorithm that works through indexing. And that's how it indexes things, is by what people search for. So if there's nothing going on with you, there's nothing for people to search for.
Right, but that stuff, there's stuff that lingers when you punch in stuff. It still lingers.
No,
it won't. There.
No, it won't. Not once it stops getting indexed. Because people will stop searching for it.
Comes up as my Virginia Supreme Court opinion, and that'll never go away because it's published. That's right, Marty. First published opinion at 24 years old. Fuck you.
Oh, whatever. I'm not. I'm just. Look, I want you to. I want honesty out of this. Did you actually call my girl's parents up?
They were contacted and they did call back. However, Shon has been trying to find out that information.
Let me understand this correctly. So, did you call them, or who called the Whalers?
No, they were contacted by one of the investigators. But Shon is now trying to get all that information.
Well, it was very unsettling for the mother, and I don't want to bother her, and I didn't want to have to bother her. It's very unsettling. Will you stop? Stop.
But I've managed to keep that information from going to Shon.
So the only thing that I want is to. Well, I mean, I don't want to make it worse. I don't want to bother them because I'm going to honor their wishes. I don't want to bother them. I'm going to honor their wishes. Don't worry about it. I just want it corrected, whether it be in a form of writing saying that, look, this is not really accurate. We don't have the accurate, whatever. I don't need them to be bothered or a contact. Just maybe a letter saying that, look, we got our information wrong, because there's no reason why these people should be bothered or, even.
So you want a letter to Jamie's parents?
Well, but
retracting the information.
Look, if they were never contacted, then no. If they were, then I want some kind of say that this is.
It's like abortion. You can't do nothing about yesterday. We can only work.
I don't want my name to be tarnished because I cared about their daughter. I cared about their daughter very, very well.
You should be more concerned about the fact that Shon is trying to get hold of that information so he can speak to them, because he says it's going to be payback for you calling his parents.
It's not us. When I say us, I mean
okay. So all right. So let's understand. So who So it's the older people. Captain Corpulent's character, right? Is he?
So Captain Corpulence is back on the scene because if you notice, he started posting videos again now that he knows that Shon's back. So he started posting videos. I'm certain Josh is back, and there's going to be some of the ones that were around even before me.
Well, who is Captain Corpulence?
I don't even know Captain Corpulence's real name.
He sounds an awful lot like Will Martin.
No, he's not.
It's not. I can tell you now, it's not Will Martin. And it's
You're
not.
positive.
It's not Tim either. It's not Timothy K. Reddy either.
It's not Timothy either, George.
No, because I speak to Tim on a daily basis.
Well, no, that Timothy guy. That Timothy guy was really very vile. Very vile,
Tim's a funny guy.
Riverside.
He's getting a call from Riverside.
I'm not answering.
Yeah, that's right. Okay.
I don't pay for those anymore.
All right. Look, I'm it's just okay. Whatever. I just.
You need to be more concerned with the fact that Shon is going all out. Shon thinks that he has got the judge on his side now. That's what Shon thinks. He's got the judge on his side, and that if he now does a proper response to the third amended complaint, which is what the court have kind of ordered him to do, that he will get the complaint dismissed against him.
He has the money to hire counsel now, George. He didn't before.
No, he thinks he can do it even without counsel because he can claim fair use on so many things.
Fair use.
Well, no, I mean, yeah, that's.
And George, as much as you don't want to hear it, and as much as you tell me I know nothing, 98% of what everyone has done is covered by fair use.
I agree.
It's covered by fair use. And you will struggle to convince that judge that it is not fair use.
No one is beating you. It's just my legal.
Well, this is where the defamation. I feel funny about.
Well, can't you just be an adult?
I know. I'm just saying. No, but I feel funny. I mean, I'm fine. The defamation, though, is in. I've said this before. Is entangled with this.
Yeah, but you just let me at least say this. You 100% understand that Gibney is not going to listen to anything from you to do with defamation. Like, you actually understand that, right?
I understand that, and that's why I have to consider about the appeal.
Taking it upstate.
And
is there an appeal?
You understand that saying something to Gibney about defamation again is probably going to end up with him flipping his shit at you, right?
Well, I mean, it is the strongest thing that I had. And
no. George, he listen. Judge Gibney gave you a legal opinion that told you whatever you put in that complaint about defamation is not defamation, and the courts will not entertain it. That is a published legal opinion.
But if it was the strongest thing that I had in the case.
You felt it was strongest. Gibney has given you the law that tells you it is not the strongest.
See, that's where.
I'm not a judge, George. All I can do is try to.
I understand, but what I'm saying is, if it goes upstairs, it would be probably looked at. It probably would.
Well, you would have to prove that he has made an error in law, and you would. I'm not telling you this because I don't like. I'm telling you this out of truth. To prove a judge has made an error in law, the burden on you is huge. It is huge.
Right, but a mountain of stuff and facts.
No. The mountain, the stuff you have, that's not it. You have to prove that his interpretation of the law was incorrect, and that he has made an error based upon the law that he cited. Not what evidence you have. You have to say what part of that law was incorrect and how he's interpreted it incorrectly. It's got nothing to do with the evidence you present. It's to do with the legal argument.
I believe there was an error.
Even if there was, how are you going to be able to afford an appeal? To do a petition for appeal for anyone, my minimum fee.
Okay, well then.
Listen, my minimum fee is $600. As cheap, I'm the cheapest in town.
But also, you have to remember, sitting federal judges don't like to do appeals on their own. And they tend to side with their own.
Well, I mean, if there was a significant constitutional question or something like that, it would be worth it.
I'm just sick and tired of seeing, when I Google my name, a bunch of horse shit. I'm it's one thing about, I understand about maybe what Brandon Hardesty did, and some of that was questionable, but what Brandon Hardesty did, it was, at least that was, I could get the parody in that. That's parody. But,
the one where you put the shotgun in your mouth?
Well, that was a little questionable. But
that was awesome, and you know it. No. George, you're a comedic genius. Bah! He's getting ready to blow his head off.
That was parody.
That was awesome.
That was a little parody right there. But this other shit is not parody. It's just right out. It's just demonstrative. It's demonstrative. What it is.
Demonstrous?
I mean, what it needs to be. There needs to be something there. I mean, I've said this before, and this goes against what you believe in. There should be some instance where the internet should be policed. You and I are probably, we disagree. I believe it should be policed. I don't think that someone's livelihood and someone's reputation should be destroyed because of someone's personal hatred
toward
that person.
I make my money through fighting for free speech on the internet. That's how I make my money. And Mike will tell you he's got a client at the moment who has spent tens and tens of thousands of dollars trying to fight it. None of the people that fight it win. None of the people.
He's on RickOffice.com. He hired me. I've made $1,500 off of him myself, and I've just got I'm responding to their motion to dismiss, arguing that
no one makes any money. Jonathan Montserrat, the guy is a multi-millionaire. He spent $175,000 on attorneys trying to take Encyclopedia Dramatica to court for people posting things about him and him losing jobs because of it. Do you know what happened? A judge turned around and said it's nothing to do with them.
Yeah, Communication Decency Act.
That's a pirate site that's been owned by people that have nefarious people that have been in jail about Australian lady.
No. It's owned by a guy in America. Owned by a guy in America who was taken to court personally. Judge threw the whole case out.
The DCMA.
No. It had nothing to do with the Communications Decency Act. The judge threw it out because the judge turned around and protected everything under the First Amendment.
Oh, yeah, that'll do it. That'll do it.
And
pretty easy.
The judge turned around and said that if someone says you are a horrible person, as much as you might not like it, there is nothing you can do about it.
You're a horrible person and trying to get into someone's real world and trying to get into people's real world and getting into people's family and people that are known for that person and attacking other people involved in that person's circle. That goes over and beyond fair use and over beyond parody and over beyond just everyday stuff. Now that's right there criminal in a sense to try to say something is true that's not true.
But the First Amendment protects it.
Take a weapon.
And that's what this judge said. The judge turned around and said, no matter what you care, the First Amendment protects it. And it was also protected because of the Phelps.
Will you stop?
Phelps v. Snyder. The Phelps family turn up outside people's houses saying your son died because he's a fag. Your son was blown up in Afghanistan because he's a fag.
Oh, the
Phelps v. Snyder, the Westboro Baptist Church, who went all the way to the Supreme Court, where the Supreme Court ruled that everything they said, no matter how offensive, was protected by the First Amendment, whether it is true, not true, anything.
Well, if it's not true, that's defamation.
No, they were allowed to do it.
The judge turned around and said it is their First Amendment right to have that opinion.
Oh, that judge obviously. Well, I don't know.
It was the Supreme Court.
Which judge?
All of them.
Which judge?
It was the whole Supreme Court.
The majority ruled. George, and Justice Roberts wrote the opinion, if I believe.
When something is not true, it's defamatory. It's defamation.
No. But they if he calls me, if he posts on the internet that I'm a fat, stupid nigger, as false as that may be, it's his. He can call me that.
There are hate words too, also.
But that's criminal in nature.
That's the hate words as well.
Yeah, but that's criminal, George. That's criminal, not civil. And the issue you face in the United States is police from Virginia will have nothing to do with anything outside of their state.
There's nothing they can do. They don't have physical jurisdiction.
No jurisdiction.
A policeman, once he crosses that, a state trooper, once he crosses that line, it's over.
Well, this is why this is in a federal court, Joe.
This is civil, unless you can get the United States Attorney's Office or the U.S. Marshal's Office to work. Snyder v. Phelps, that's the name of the case.
Yeah, 562 U.S. 443, 2011.
Well, I know that as much as he's going to deny it now, that he and I were, and when I say he and I mean, Michael, he and I pretty much felt like the defamation was as strong as
George, a litigator may have the same opinion as you, but they are not the judge, and a litigator does not have an expert interpretation of the law. That is why a judge does not get appointed until they have sufficient experience. That's why judges are old, because they've been doing this years and they've been interpreting the law for years.
Well, but it's a coin flip just the same then, because then some judge might go upon the facts of what they are, upon the fact that basically that something they can use the case law, or they can use upon the facts and the evidence.
No, George, they can only use the law. When you try and appeal this is what you're not missing. You think it's going to be based upon the facts. It's not based upon the facts. It is based upon, did that judge interpret the law incorrectly? And a federal appeal court is going to turn around and say that judge did not interpret the law incorrectly. Wow. Because you have to make a legal argument, not write something down. You have to make a cohesive, sensible, legal argument that demonstrates, citing Supreme Court cases, federal court cases, and also explaining how that judge made an error in his interpretation of the law. That is an incredibly, incredibly difficult thing to do. That is why lawyers and attorneys that deal with appeals generally sit at $6,000 to $7,000 retainers just to read papers, because it is incredibly complex.
Why do you think I charge a bare minimum?
Look, it's based upon the fact that my name, my father's name, is being desecrated. It's being desecrated. It's being torn. And
so let me stop you right there. Your father, he is unable to have a cause of action against anyone.
I carry the same name.
Okay, but so you've just failed your first argument, because your first argument is my father's name. The court will turn around and say he has no cause of action against anyone. Dismissed. You're missing it, George. You're trying to argue why it's defamation. That's not on an appeal. That's not what you have to argue. You have to argue that the law is wrong and that the judge's interpretation of the law is wrong, which you're not doing by just saying these people post things.
It's the old saying, simply the facts. Just the facts. I mean, I have the facts, and I share the same name as my father.
But you're not him. If I say your father is a rapist and a child molester, that affects you in no way.
It's my name.
No, it's not. Because he refers to your father. He refers to your father, and your father is unable to have a cause of action against anyone.
If you say my name, which is the same name, then yes.
That's not true. I'm sorry. There is a legal distinction.
We share the same name.
George, and there's a Michael husband already. It's not me.
Yeah, anyone can share the same name. It doesn't mean anything. That person has their own cause of action, and you have no right to any causes of action that your father could have brought.
Because you don't have, he's dead.
I have to go through this, and I'm going to go through this.
You need to be prepared for Shon. George, you need to be prepared for him. He is about to. He's going to be opening some cans that you don't need him to be opening, because he is going all out to try and stop this, and he is going all out to cause as much trouble as he can do.
Okay, well,
and it wouldn't surprise me that he's got someone coming to the court on the 9th.
Well, this is the same person that was in a healthcare facility, so yeah.
Yeah, but George, just because he was in a healthcare facility doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean he's not capable of doing something now.
And you're telling me that you have you're not doing anything in his behalf?
No.
Nothing.
No. I'm currently dealing with Dr. Robert L. McKim Sr.
Okay, so not doing anything.
Who?
Oh, Dr. Robert L. McKim Sr. He's some weird pastor who goes on the internet saying that transgender people and queers need to be shot because Jesus hates them, and then he makes videos about me hacking into his Twitter.
But we both agree with him on that.
He makes videos about me hacking into his Twitter, and then I accused him of raping his cats, and he almost cried.
Yeah. I just. He said he was in a healthcare facility for over a year, so now he's all of a sudden. So basically, there's no connection in it whatsoever. Now there's from what Michael tells me, there's a rip in your all's.
There's the guys that are loyal to me because they came around at the same time I was around. They like how we've done it. They agree that we've done the right thing and that we've done everything correctly. And then there's the guys that are slightly less intelligent and don't have the mental capacity to deal with things, who are the guys that just used to phone you up calling you fat and queer, which isn't funny.
No,
those are the guys that will join forces with Shon.
Tell Gigi that I only said a handful of the gays. He thinks that all of the gays were
I think Mike sent like 2.
I told you.
Well, he said that he was responsible for the whole thing.
But Mike tells you shit just to wind you up, George, and you fucking fall for it.
Just like how I admitted that I was a pedophile. You think anybody listening to that recording would take that and consider it an actual
Well, you did say it.
Yes, I said it.
You did say it.
Yes, but do you think anyone would hear that recording and think this man is
quite
just admitted?
It's quite obvious it's sarcastic.
I mean, would anyone believe that?
I don't know. It's according to what their opinion is.
I call Marty to let you talk with him so you can see that the things I tell you are real as long as you behave. When you get all in your feelings and act like an asshole.
What are you talking about? No, everything I had, everything that I felt was real. Everything I felt was defending myself. So I'm hearing, I don't necessarily. I'm hearing what's being said. I don't necessarily agree with everything that's being said right now. But I'm right now. I want an end. I want to do my stuff, do my brand, do everything I've got, and I definitely want Markland to adhere to removing that trademark as well.
The moment the court dismisses him as a party, as per the agreement, the TIAS system will be entered and the application will be withdrawn. So I would imagine Gibney will probably dismiss him on the 9th. I would imagine that's what Gibney will do.
He'll dismiss Markland's.
He'll dismiss Markland on the 9th, and the moment Pacer pings with Judge Gibney entering an order, then that's when it will be removed, because then we know that Gibney is happy with all the paperwork.
Yeah, so I need that to be adhered to.
Yeah, and I would imagine that Gibney is going to dismiss Will on the 9th. Normally it takes them 2 days to deal with things like the dismissals, but I would imagine because Gibney's got you in there on the 9th, he'll deal with it on the 9th. And if he hasn't dealt with it by the 9th, ask him while you're in the courtroom to deal with it. And then he can just enter the final order, and then I can get to work on the TIAS system. Take me about 15, 20 minutes on the TIAS system.
All right. look, I'm still going to pursue what I've got to pursue on the situation pertaining to Brennan. So I'm going to.
No, I
don't
care about Shon. I literally don't care about Shon. But I'm telling you, Shon is going all out to do anything. He's doing anything he can do to cause a problem for you. Because he's now hell-bent upon revenge.
Well, he brought this on himself.
Plus, he also knows that he can use his medical condition to get out of coming to Virginia.
If he's out of the facility right now, then I guess not.
No, but he can still be declared unfit to fly.
Well,
and unfit to travel, which means they won't. Which means they won't pull him down into Virginia. That's what he's. That's why he's trying these things. That's what you've got to be prepared for.
If he's out of the hospital or he's out of the facility, then he should be okay to.
Oh, he's okay to come down, but they're going to say that he's unfit to travel.
And you think that somebody that had a scare like that would move on? Somebody that had a life scare like that would move on with their life.
Yeah, but he's taken this personally, so now he's coming because he's now realised it's serious.
Yeah, he brought it on himself. He brought this on himself.
But that's why, George, I told you that I would give you information. I told you that I would try and give you as much information as I could because there were certain people that weren't happy with him.
All right.
That's why you need to be prepared for what he's doing.
What exactly? I'm curious. I mean, I have to be a little curious. What did he do to cause a rift in the?
Because he left Will hanging. He left Will hanging on this shit, and he didn't care that Will was on the hook for shit that he had done.
Yeah.
Videos that you claimed were Will's weren't Will's; they were Shon's.
Well, but there were different videos that were of Will. I mean, there were different.
No. Will has never made a video. I've told you this before. He uploads other people's videos.
There were two videos that Will did.
He's older than you and me together.
He uploads other people's videos.
He's 60-some years old. So what?
That's ancient.
He uploads other people's videos. So people are angry that Shon left him on the hook for this.
Take this right here. If I tried to share this, does that mean that I've disseminated their copyrighted material? No, I just shared something that was posted already. Resharing something that I've been shared with me.
I got a migraine and I want to get out here. So, all right, look, that's fine. I don't, I am my own person. I do me. That's who I do. I have no control over what other people do. I only have control over what I do. So that being said, no, I mean, Kristen, she has for a couple months. I mean, she's trying to get on with her life. She's got her own life right now. She's getting married here.
Have you not seen the filth in the home?
I don't like that. That's not your concern. Kristen's trying to get. She's going to get married soon.
She's making videos about. I love the way you suck dick. Listen to her.
All right, well, that's at a Snoop Dogg concert.
You not hear that?
That's a Snoop Dogg concert.
That's the affinity of just nasty niggas.
Well, you know what? Whatever. And you see, I'm not a racist. This man is.
We know Mike's a racist.
I don't deny that.
He gets admonished by us on a regular basis for his racial content.
Yeah.
I still can't post comments and this.
Did he tell you about what happened at Starbucks when he was attacking his saying stuff at Starbucks? And the guy came up to him and
I offended a colored gentleman.
No, well, yeah. I mean, you said something that was inappropriate.
Offended a color.
Yeah, that's Mike's shtick, isn't it? He says offensive things.
The difference, George, is I admit who I am and am man enough to be who I am. I don't say dumb black bitch and then say I didn't call you that.
That was a private conversation trying to cause me to lose my damn job. That was a private conversation that I had with this character, and it caused me to lose my job. But yeah, I see you say things out of anger. I said what I said to you back in November, Mr. Holmgren, out of anger. I wasn't going to shoot you or kill you. I was being harassed. Now, I want you to hear this, okay? I wasn't going to kill you or shoot you. So, I guess I understand why you had a difference with me and whatnot, but I was being attacked left and right and being barraged every angle, every corner. So, for the record, I'm not a person that, I do things, people do things out of anger, okay?
Yeah, I get
People say things out of anger. But, my intentions were not to do as such. I mean, you would have came to me in this way you're doing right now without trying to, to come at me like you before. It probably would have been, something I would have not agreed to it. I probably would have still stuck to my guns, but eventually we come to an amicable agreement. Come to an amicable agreement of being able to see that, look, this is why he's doing what he's doing. He's doing this because of X, this, and this. So to come to some agreement. Anyway.
Look,
so
my advice, be prepared for Shon. Shon is going all out, doing everything he can do. And anyone that Shon has previously spoken to that was close to you, be prepared for him to start speaking to them again. And I'm trying to keep as much information away from Shon, including I've locked down websites, I've locked down drop boxes where things was stored so that he can't get access to them and only certain people can, to stop him being able to get access to information. But be prepared, he is going all out to do everything he can do.
Who is following GG taking the pictures? And
I think it's Josh.
He was living in Camp Hill, Pennsylvania for the longest time.
Who is the thumb man? He thinks it's me.
The thumb man's like 8 different people. It was the ongoing joke, because this is what you didn't understand. Every time Kristen gave you a lead, we knew what she had given you. So we just fed her more fake information to give you. That's why the joke became that the 3-4 guys that were all being paid to follow you and take pictures all started putting their thumb in the picture. And then people just took pictures. People from Richmond went and took pictures of their thumb next to things because it was funny. Because every time you saw it, you went insane, and Kristen convinced you that she knew who it was. So we just kept feeding her information. The same as when we fed her all the information about Lizzie McGuire and fed it to you. She convinced you it was all true.
No, I didn't believe that.
Yes, you did, George. You went on a video. You went on a video with Kristen talking about how I beat up my wife.
I had reservations.
He's smiling ear to ear.
No. Listen. When we did that video, I said, well, I need proof. I wasn't sold on that because it sounded kind of fishy.
She was sold down the river on that. And that's what you don't get. We can feed her anything, and she believes it. She just believes it, and she comes to you and tells you it, and then you, through some fucked up, weird thing, you believe what she says. The same as when she tells you she's pinging cell phones. George, she doesn't even know how to use a fucking computer.
Let me ask you that. I'm okay. Sarah Capelli. What? Shut up. What happened with Sarah? Did you? Oh,
Sarah. Sarah learned that threatening me was not a good idea. Sarah learned that threatening me and saying things that she said was not a good idea, because the heat went from 0 to 10 on her in about 2 days. Including the DCJS, including her employers, including anyone she was contracting to, including people, her neighbours, including everyone. Everyone got to hear about how she knew biker people and how she was going to get people killed.
No, that was a gimmick.
Well, the DCJS were very interested in it.
I said that to Perron just to see if he was giving out information.
Well, the DCJS were very interested in it. The DCJS were also interested in the fact that she was carrying out an illegal investigation into people on your behalf.
Well, I was going to hire her to find out who was.
But until the day you paid her, she was carrying out an illegal investigation. because she was not officially instructed. And that's why when I threatened to sue her employers wanted nothing more to do with her.
We wanted to know who was doing the drones. That's all. We wanted to know who was flying the military drones.
But until the day she is paid, she is carrying
Marty,
out a legal investigation.
Marty, I just pulled one of George's checks out of my drawer, and he snatched it from me. Let me find another one.
Okay. All right. Anyway, I need to just stop the shit.
Oh, you also need to address with Judge Gibney clean hands. That's Shon's opening gambit with you.
That you've done it too. That you're just as guilty. You understand the clean hands doctrine?
The clean hands doctrine about what, saying that I stole copyright from him?
No.
The clean hands doctrine.
Let me find it out. Hold on. I'm currently putting together how George has clearly failed in the clean hands doctrine by using others' music, comedic sketches without getting their consent, as well as how he has not paid any royalties to ASCAP, EMI, CSAC, etc.
That's like going to a record store and buying.
No, it's not. No, George, it's not. George, it's not. It's not. Please don't recite that, because that's completely incorrect. It's completely incorrect.
You don't listen to any of it.
You do not own, George. You do not own the music if you buy it. If you buy that CD, you don't own the right to use that music in a commercial sense. You have used that music for commercial purposes. Therefore, you need to pay the royalties. That's why YouTube silenced the music.
It's not commercial.
It is. The moment you broadcast it on TV, you've used it for commercial purposes. That's why YouTube blocked the music, because you haven't paid royalties. That's why if you want to use copy-protected music, you have to join a special system that works with YouTube that gives you the license to use the music.
Right, but that is based upon another
No, you pay a subscription.
No, you pay a subscription fee to pay royalties to the artists for the music you use.
I took out the intro on that show, on the shows.
No, okay, but you've taken it out on one. You haven't taken it out on every single one of your shows. You still broadcast copyright music without paying royalties.
Yeah, well,
George, please just listen to me. Stop trying to argue the point, because your argument is invalid and mute. The point here is, the moment you broadcast the music of another artist and you put it on TV, you have used it for commercial purposes, and that artist is entitled to royalties. And we're not talking hundreds of thousands. I'll be honest, I think on public access, you would probably have to pay $10. Is all you'd have to pay.
It's not even that.
Because they base it upon the viewing figures. So they would probably charge you $10 per song that you used. And that's what Shon's opening gambit with you is. Because if he can show that you've not got clean hands in this, you have a even bigger uphill battle.
See, how is this your work? How is this your work?
These are videos.
They even cite the Gorgeous George show as that being what that is.
This video is of my show. All right.
How is this your work?
It is snippets of my video.
Okay, and snippets, George, is what gives it fair use. That's what gives it fair use, because they have to take into consideration the proportionality of the work that is used. And as much as you think I'm incorrect, I'm not. The same as you are relying upon what someone told you at the Law Library of Congress with regard to copyright that is completely incorrect. Completely incorrect. The only thing, and I'm giving you some free advice here, the only work you have that is copyrighted is what is on those 4 discs. That is it. Now, Shon hasn't worked out yet that if he pushes you for those 4 discs, he can force the court to make you provide those 4 discs. And he can force the court to only review what's on those 4 discs. He hasn't worked that out yet. So you need to stop him going anywhere near those 4 discs. Because that is your Achilles heel in this whole case, is those 4 discs. And one motion from him for production.
The judge is giving me latitude. The judge is giving me some latitude.
No, he's not. No, he can't, George. He can't give you latitude as to what you have copyrighted. His own official opinion says the court will only consider the contents of the 4 DVDs.
Well,
He's given you latitude, George. He's given you latitude to present whatever evidence you like, because there's no one there to object to your evidence on the 9th. However, I can tell you now that your evidence will get objected to. That's what
George
you need to be prepared for.
he's okay. Look, but there's the videos. There's the videos on those discs. I have those videos also too in the compilation.
But it's only those 4 videos that are copyrighted. You understand that, right?
That's it.
No.
No, okay, George, but this is the thing, you're refusing. You're refusing to look at this. Stop looking at this with personal involvement and look at it from a legal standpoint. The judge has already told you that what's on those 4 discs is all the court will consider. That's it. That's all they will consider as copyright material. That means at best you have what? 8 shows? If we base it upon the quality that you recorded it at Arcan, the standard size that's allowed upon a DVD, you've got maybe 2 shows per DVD. So 8 shows at very best. At very best, you've got 8 shows that are copyright. You then need to prove that the use of those 8 shows was not fair use. Anything prior to those shows is not subject to copyright. Anything post those shows is not subject to copyright. If you want to copyright everything, you need to file a copyright application for every single individual show and pay the fee for every single individual show. Don't believe me? Go and look up on the copyright system Jimmy Kimmel. Go and look up on the copyright system Howard Stern. Howard Stern owns nearly 600 copyrights because he has to copyright every single show.
All right, look.
He fell from grace. George is, while you've been talking, George is watching behind the music. And he has a smile from ear to ear.
I'm looking at my old stuff, and I'm looking at
it's a great video. I would fucking say thank you. Marty, if you made some shit like that about me, I would say that.
I'm looking at
Fuck this!
I'm looking at my
Fuck this, black cunt!
I'm looking at my old stuff where that's Batman, and yeah, that's at least. All right, look.
There's Louise Calix.
Listen. I've got to go because I've got things to do. But my word of advice: put Kristen on a leash, be prepared for Shon, and keep your eyes open for people from the past, because that's who Shon has links with.
Well, okay. I'm going to have to do something then, I guess. I don't,
You just need to tell her to stop, or just...
She's not doing... Okay,
Marty, what happens if he went down there and dismissed the lawsuit?
I would imagine if he dropped it against Shon, no one would have anything to talk about. There wouldn't be anything to talk about, especially if Kristen stopped as well. There wouldn't be anything.
What could come down in exchange for that?
Well, I don't think anything would come down, but things would stop being talked about.
That defeats everything. I mean,
well, you got to understand, they don't have. He's telling you he doesn't have control over it.
But things would just stop being talked about, which means Google stops indexing things, YouTube stops indexing it.
Brennan carried this torch for almost 10 years.
And that's why he's trying to take control off of me, because he doesn't like it. Because he doesn't like that I have sense behind what I do, and that I go, listen, this is done, finished. He doesn't like that. He wants it to carry on. So that's why just look out for what he's doing.
All right. Okay.
Okay, I've got to go. I'll speak to you later.
We're going to Walmart. I'll talk to you soon.
I'll speak to you soon, Mark. All right, bye.
Okay.